Hey YouTube, it is Reesh Shin. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. So let's keep with the theme of the 4 agreements. The second agreement is to not take things personally. Excuse me. I'm gonna tell you, that one is hard to take. Maybe that's what made me cough. Oh, don't take things personally. Oh, that hurt. What? Because it's hard not to take things personally. It is hard to think that what a person is doing that's negatively affecting me isn't done out of some kind of malice. It's just hard. So let me do a recap of the 4 agreements. First agreement is be impeccable with your word. The second agreement just said don't take things personally. Third one is don't assume. That's another one that's hard for me. The fourth one is do your best. Do your very best. All right, but we're on 2. So, what I think it's saying, what my understanding of the second agreement is, to be able to literally put yourself in another person's shoes to understand that they are not trying to do this out of malice. More than likely, they're not trying to do this out of malice. That they're going through some things that you need to that I bet you could identify with if you're able to take the emotion out of the situation. Now that's how I interpret it. I could totally be wrong. So I'm going to give 2 scenarios. One personal and one is one I've noticed in these YouTube streets. So, and I'm going to give these scenarios to say, this is how it was hard for me not to take it personal. It's still hard for me not to take it personal. Okay. All right. So in my personal life, I was involved with a narcissist. I think I've shared that with you. When we broke up, it was over an affair. The affair was I was made known about the affair by a person who was a friend. She is no longer a friend under the circumstances, because when she made me aware of it, there are 2 things that I found interesting. One, she said if she wished someone would have told her about her husband being unfaithful to her when he was unfaithful to her, and that the narcissist was making me look stupid. Now, I'm going to share with this. One, that's how you felt about the affair with your husband. You wanted somebody to tell you about that affair, and no one would. And you felt you wanted to know, that they were being unfaithful by not telling you about the affair. I learned a long time ago, when friends tell you about your dude or your chick, it doesn't take very long for them not to be your friend. They have reasons, but it has nothing to do with you or why they're telling you about your dude or your chick. That's my experience. When a friend comes to you, and I'm not talking about if the dude or the chick is being violent towards you. That's one thing. That's not the same thing of, I'm gonna tell you about I saw him up hugging up on some chick, and I just wanted you to know, if it was me, I would want somebody to tell me. I guarantee you wouldn't want somebody to tell you that. Now, if that person's being violent towards your friend, that's different, and you still got to handle that with care. But when you decide to share what you see in them streets concerning your friends, either a woman or man, you run the risk of that person never talking to you again. So when she did that, because I even told her, if you see so-and-so out in them, I don't want to know. Do not come to me with that stuff. It will ruin our friendship. She did it anyway. When she called me, when she said he's making me look stupid, here's another thing that nobody can make you look stupid. If that person is being unfaithful, they look like the hoe, not you. You don't look dumb because you're in a relationship with this person. She was saying that to me to get me to leave him, to manipulate me to leave. He's making you look stupid. No, he's not making me look anything. He's making him look like the hoe. I don't look like anything. I'm not the one out here screwing other people. So I don't look like anything. You look like the hoe. He look like the hoe. So do not come at me like that. We still maintain a friendship after all this. I broke up with the narcissist and all that good stuff. It was the reason why our friendship ended was interesting in the sense that because of I'm in healthcare IT, I was a consultant, and what I was doing, I knew I was going to blow up. I knew I was. And when I did, she could not handle it. So, and said and did some things that were, now I'm saying, okay, so let me backtrack. Let's break this scenario down. So when she told me about my dude, it wasn't because she was doing it out of the kindness of her heart for me. She was doing it because it triggered her. So she took it personal. It hurt her because of her experience with her ex-husband. When she said to me, he's making you look stupid, she wasn't talking about me. She was really talking about her. She felt stupid, and she was deflecting that on me. Now, at the time, and still to this day, it's hard for me, even though I've just broken it down for you, to not take that personal. Even though I know it had nothing to do with me. But it hurt me. Her actions hurt me. That hurt. It hurt. So when you're feeling, so now I have to go back and look at, okay, so why did it hurt me? Well, I mean, why would you think it was okay to say that? Okay, that's why did she think it was okay? Okay, well, we don't know why she thought it was okay, but why does it hurt? But why is it bothering you? What about this is really triggering you? Well, let's see. Because you feel that your feelings didn't rate, count, or matter to her. And that meant, you felt that way about certain people that are close to you. Like, your feelings didn't rate, count, or matter. And you felt that was okay to tell me, even though I told you not to. So it was okay to hurt my feelings. It's not okay to hurt my feelings. So to me, you broke a boundary. And when people break my boundaries, I have issue with that. Okay. But when you're in the heat of the moment, you don't sit and break that stuff down. You just go at it. Okay. Now, scenario, so scenario number 1, I'm still chewing on. I'm definitely still digesting that for myself. And this happened about 3 years ago. No, 4. I think it's 4 years ago. I'm still like, Now, I mean, I think being able to process it will allow me to let it go for real. Like, just let it go. She wasn't trying to hurt you. She wasn't trying to hurt me. She was really, it was like she was reliving the situation with her ex-husband. And the things that she was saying to me, she was really meant it for her. So you know that saying where they say when you point a finger, you got one finger pointing at you, you got a thumb and a finger pointing at me, one finger and a thumb pointing at that person, but you got 3 fingers pointing at you. Yeah. So here she is telling me, but really, this is really what was going on. These fingers here pointing right back at her, like, yeah. unresolved issues for herself. And when you have unresolved issues, you hurt people. So that's the first scenario. Okay, second scenario is Tasha K and LovelyTi. So after this long conversation on the Liveness of Judah's page or she went live 8 hours. There was a conversation between Tasha K, LovelyTi, Linus of Judah, and Malibu Dollface. All about the Star Marie Cardi B situation and how it was handled. I'm not. I think everybody's talked about it, but it seems to me it's all broken down by somebody took something personal, and I'm thinking it was Tasha K. I mean Malibu Dollface. Everybody involved took something personal, took it personal. Tasha K. To me, she does a lot of things that are fear-based. She behaves out of fear, in my opinion. And she wants to be the first one to attack. And so she'll say and do anything to throw you off and to be like, to feel. Now, this is my opinion. In my opinion, she does things for her to feel like she came out on top. But she continues to do things, in my opinion, out of fear. So she has a fear of not being on top. And so she'll do and say whatever she has to stay in her position. Even if that means crapping on LovelyTi. And saying some horrible things about LovelyTi. LovelyTi, it's kind of hard for her not to take it personal. Because here she was defending Tasha. And Tasha was all the whole time. Tasha had recorded the conversation between LovelyTi and her. And came out, her and her winos said a lot of horrible things about LovelyTi. LovelyTi had that video with the receipts about Star Marie. LovelyTi took that video down. It was rumored that Tasha K had, at first it was that people thought Star Marie had something to do with the video being removed. Then they thought it had something to do with Tasha K. And I remember LovelyTi coming out with a video, I think it was during a live, and she was, at some point, had cried about it. She was lamenting Tasha K's achievements. Just Tasha K had built her channel and she worked hard. This is LovelyTi saying it. She worked on her. She built her channel up, and don't come after don't come after Tasha K. That's LovelyTi saying that. Don't go after Tasha K. Tasha K didn't have anything to do with me removing my the video. Tasha K did not have anything to do with it. And you know what? She did. Tasha K was the one who told LovelyTi Star Marie was gonna get some lawyers and have the video removed. And LovelyTi believed her. It's kind of hard not to take that kind of that stuff personal like that. That's hard. That is really hard. And you know the interesting thing? Up until the conversation with Linus of Judah, LovelyTi had not said anything to Tasha K or her winos. But they had everything to say about LovelyTi. And I mean, Tasha K and her winos went in on LovelyTi for months. And they were friends. They were friends. But because Tasha K tends to take things personal, and she does, she goes in, she's not going to stop because she always feels like, in my opinion, she has to be on top. And I don't see her being on top. I mean, she has 500,000 subscribers, and that's a lot. That really is. It really is. But now you're being sued by Cardi B, and now there's a restraining order against you by that guy, and I can't remember his name. But there's a restraining order against you. I mean, you're trending the internet, but it's not for the right. I don't know if that's the reasons you want, or maybe you don't care. You just want to trend. But so taking it personal. It's hard not to take things personal. It's hard to put yourself in another person's shoes, but in my opinion, if I were to try to put myself into Tasha K's shoes, I would, in my opinion, she acts out a lot out of fear. A lot of the stuff she does is the first strike kind of stuff to me. She's gonna hit you first before you get a chance, and but that doesn't necessarily. You might hit somebody first, and you think that your punch is the strongest one, but you have no idea who you're punching at when you have no idea what really is going on. So you get a punch, and you think you just gave them a roundhouse punch, and all you managed to do was swing it air when you come from fear. And what I thought was very interesting is that she went on the line and she spent months, her and her winos, harassing a woman who she thought was the lioness of Judah. I don't remember her ever apologizing till that phone call. She wanted to apologize to the lioness of Judah. Why? She's afraid now. She's afraid. Again, the stuff you'll do out of fear, especially when you take it, and it's a trigger. Something has triggered her, but she definitely took something personal, and it triggered her. That's my opinion of it. That's just how I see it. My goal is to stop taking things personal. Is to, regardless if people think it's, excuse my language, pussy, not to me. I want to be content. I want to be happy. And I have to live in a world where there's other people in the world. So I spend all my time taking crap personal. How much time am I wasting as if I have a lot of it? Well, none of us have a lot of time. We all think we do. So one thing we don't have a lot of time, a lot of is time. Do you want to spend the rest of your life getting caught up in what you think a person is doing because you took something personal? Or do you just want to be cool with life and go on about it and not sweat the small stuff? That's the question.